of His Worship Abert Asiimwe giving a certificate of recount, returning Justine Nameere as the elected woman member of Parliament, Masaka City, arising out of a wrongful recount process. We've received instructions to file in the High Court of Uganda at Masaka for a revision of all these orders. So this morning, the 2nd of February 2026, we were here as early as 9. Unfortunately, the register has been closed for whatever purpose, but at 10:30, we've managed to file revisionary cause number 1 of 2026 in the High Court for purposes of revising the entire record of the Chief Magistrate and all orders arising from the same, including the one that declared the Honorable Nameere as the winner of the election. We have laid several grounds against which we made our application. First, that it was wrong for the Chief Magistrate to proceed hearing this matter outside the mandated 4 days. That it was wrong of the Chief Magistrate to proceed on recount during the weekend. It was wrong of the Chief Magistrate to disregard his own orders. The orders that he would not proceed with any recount process if he found any of the boxes tampered with. It is on record that he himself decided to disregard a total of 10 boxes for having been tampered with. So having made a decision that he would not proceed with any recount upon finding boxes tampered with, that he made orders out of such a process, such orders need to be set aside by the High Court. He's wrong at procedure. If you realize, we made an application before him that before you proceed with this process, there are checks and balances. You ought to use what we call a packing list of seals to determine whether the seals on the boxes are the ones that were packed for the particular respective boxes. He refused to follow the packing list. That is irregular. Further to that, we made an application for him to use the biometric voters verification kit so as to ascertain the authenticity of the ballots that he was recounting. He denied to give us that order and proceeded. No wonder he had to set aside the boxes which were found full of ballots cast in favor of one party. Had he accepted to use this BVVK machine as a mechanism of verification, we believe so many of these ballots would not have counted them because they were not part of the materials of the Electoral Commission. So we shall seek for orders of the High Court to set aside all these procedural irregularities, all the unlawful actions and orders and declarations that he made arising out of the application for recount that he had. It is not enough that he's the one who declared the results, but he had to be there to determine what ballots are counted and which qualifies to be counted. Those are all judicial decisions that are not delegable. We believe that was wrong in procedure, and this entire process will be set aside by the High Court if we are to follow the law. He breached the law to the latter. He had a lot of contradictions, contradicting his own decisions before this decision and even decisions in this decision. As we've told people, the decision he made in Kalungu West, is East-West, in Ukomansimbi, and the decision in Masaka City, all are going to be presented to the High Court for revision. And the High Court will clearly see that there are contradictions at every other stage. Such a record cannot stay in this court, but it has to be quashed, set aside, and we maintain the actual winner of the election being Rose Nalubowa.